Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, June 15th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 664 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Check out this Latin American restaurant going into an old sagebrush near Charlotte. A Different America, how Republicans hold near total control in 23 U.S. states. World War II, unearthing Taiwan's forgotten prisoner of war camps. New Israel government vows change, but not for Palestinians. World shares mostly higher after S&P hits new record close. Stolen Army assault rifles keep showing up in California. Military stumps by stolen box of armor-piercing grenades. Hong Kong watching Chinese nuclear plant after leak reported. Australia, Britain reach a free trade deal, cut many tariffs. Canada military's second-in-command resigns over golf game. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. New emails show how Trump and his allies pressured Justice Department to try to challenge 2020 election results, CNN. Efforts to vaccinate the U.S. may continue for years as COVID-19 variants circle the globe, expert says, CNN. Kawhi Leonard once again leading the way for LA Clippers, who even series with Utah Jazz at 2-2, ESPN. Myanmar releases U.S. journalist Nathan Wong, who was allegedly tortured in prison, CNN. New Israel government vows change, but not for Palestinians, Yahoo News. Inside the NBA reacts to 76ers vs Hawks Game 4 highlights 2021 NBA playoffs, House of Highlights. Inside the NBA reacts to Jazz vs Clippers Game 4 highlights 2021 NBA playoffs, House of Highlights. U.S. military guns keep vanishing, some used in street crimes, Associated Press. Project Runway's Michael Costello had thoughts of suicide after alleged Chrissy Teigen bullying, Vulture. Southwest resumes flights after weather data system forced ground stop, NBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. 24 kitchen products you'll probably wish you'd owned sooner. 11 vegan cookbooks that make it easy to eat a plant-based diet. The questionable fashion trends of 2021, from prairie dresses to pointy nails. Jon Stewart blames Wuhan lab for coronavirus, scientists will kill us all. Dana Carvey dings Republicans with spot-on Biden impression. Seth Meyers has a strategy to bury a Trump rerun. Ex-Bush speechwriter dismantles the dreams of conservatives in scathing essay. Trevor Noah cannot help but giggle at what G7 leaders said about Biden. CNN reporter horrified at Justice Department grabs her records. Los Angeles dentist charged with sexually assaulting 9 patients during procedures. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Suspected serial killer deemed incompetent. MCSO, man sets girlfriend home on fire after fight. Local woman saves co-worker from choking. Mesquite resident claims $1 million lottery prize. Family remembers security guard killed in Gary. Hundreds defend teacher after post on social media. Woman killed, 3 others hurt after driver hits car. Couple highlights journey of male infertility. Dozens in St. Louis finally become U.S. citizens after pandemic slowdown. Bus driver sent to jail after discipline incident. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Sign up, on politics. Business updates, the state's eliminating pandemic benefits. California formally reopens, a milestone in the American recovery. Why billionaires pay so little tax. Biden administration forms blueprint to combat domestic extremism. Baseball reference adds Negro League stats. California coronavirus deaths, the toll on Hispanic Americans. In the Manhattan DA race, arguing for a fresh point of view. COVID survivors smell foods differently. Shi Zhengli, a virologist in Wuhan, speaks out against lab leak theory. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Denmark's Christian Eriksen gives thumbs up in hospital bed selfie, I'm fine, under the circumstances. Biden WH strategy for battling domestic terror labels white supremacy, militia extremists as biggest threats. Mike Pompeo, Biden-Putin meeting, from cyber attacks to energy policy, President must stand up to Russia. North Macedonia wants Austria's Arnautovic punished for outburst. Leonard, George each score 31, Clippers tie series with Jazz. Smith, Taylor homer in Dodgers 3-1 win over Phillies. Moreland 1000th hit, Murphy's HR help based on Angels 8-5. Crawford, Giants send Diamondbacks to 20th road loss in row. Vegas Open Stanley Cup semifinal with 4-1 win over Montreal. Indians shake off Bieber injury, 16th straight road loss. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, June 15th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Child tax credit, how much will your monthly check be? Fourth stimulus check, is another relief payment possible? Secret celebrity renovation and the greatest Avon videos come to CBS this summer. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert returns to Ed Sullivan Theater with fully vaccinated audience June 14th. Jon Stewart to appear on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert as first in-studio guest of 2021. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Teenager who is addicted to sunbeds has been accused of blackfishing online. Ladies set a glamorous tone as they join 12,000 other revelers at Royal Ascot. Gym used by Love Island and Made in Chelsea star sees second stabbing outside it in a month. Father of two, 53, spent 10 years transforming his back garden into Japanese-inspired paradise. Reveler slaps female bouncer and climbs on top of taxi as doormen chase him. Farm work is scrapped for Brits wanting to live down under for up to 3 years. Yorkshire shepherdess Amanda Owen, 46, reveals she isn't ruling out having a 10th child. Biden looks to ease EU trade tensions ahead of Putin summit. Reveler is jailed after massive street party that ended with teen stabbing in Nottingham. Actress Lisa Baines dies after being mowed down by hit-and-run electric scooter in New York City. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Boris Johnson delays end of England's coronavirus restrictions as Delta variant cases climb. COVID-19 Hive updates, Pfizer to study vaccinated people who get infected for guidance on booster shots. UAE-backed Yemen leader says his troops at island airbase. Ukraine's forgotten veterans lean on one another to rebuild their lives. Philippines, international court probe of drug killings is insulting. Biden, EU poised to eliminate aircraft trade dispute, but other Trump tariffs still stand in the way. Rights groups urge UN probe mission for Beirut port blast. Auckland chapter of Greta Thunberg-linked climate movement disbands itself for being racist. Attacks target polio teams in East Afghanistan, 4 killed. Australia, Boeing to pressure, frees asylum seeker family from island detention ordeal. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Euro 2020 Day 5, France v Germany build up after Spain misfire, live. Coronavirus live news, Russia imposes new restrictions after case rises, Japan to send 1M vaccines to Vietnam. UK unemployment rate falls to 4.7% as payrolls surge nearly 200k, business live. Breathtaking Kawhi Leonard dunk helps Clippers tie playoff series with Jazz. Nicolas Sarkozy to appear before judge in campaign funding case. Telemedicine companies seeking to cash in on COVID pandemic boom. South Korea says consensual sex act between male soldiers bordered on rape. Nicaragua rounds up president's critics in sweeping pre-election crackdown. Israelis and Palestinians brace for unrest over ultranationalist march. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. 3,000 unruly passengers so far this year, 2,300 cases over mask wearing, FAA. What Putin wants when he meets Biden. Woman sets another woman on fire in alleged attempted murder, police. Harris invites all female U.S. senators to have dinner at Naval Observatory. Rep. Green apologizes for comparing safety masks, Holocaust. Los Angeles dentist charged with sex assaults on patients. Tokyo organizers roll out final editions of COVID rule books. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. In the Heights, Lin-Manuel Miranda sorry for lack of Afro-Latinos. IKEA France fined €1 for snooping on staff. Airlines report 3,000 unruly passengers this year in U.S. Beijing tells NATO to stop hyping up China threat. Footballer Eriksson fine under the circumstances. Liz Chickage, activist whose fight created a national park. Runner blames burrito for failing drugs test. Italian Marines, India closes criminal cases in 2012 shooting. Goma volcano, I don't know what happened to my family. Philippines drugs war, ICC prosecutor seeks full investigation. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Schitt's Creek star Annie Murphy's new kind of sitcom. iCarly stars denounce racist comments aimed at new cast. Love, Victor explores high school relationships in Season 2. AP Top Stories June 15th. Green apologizes for comparing masks, Holocaust. California reopens economy and lifts all restrictions, U.S. to send Mexico over 1M vaccines, live COVID-19 updates. Today in history for June 15th. Echoes of Breonna Taylor in black man's SWAT death. AP investigation, U.S. military guns used in crimes. U.S. News & World Report ranks the nation's best children's hospitals. Is one near you? The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Inland Empire trio plead guilty in $1.2 million COVID-19 unemployment fraud. LA dentist accused of sexually abusing patients, targeting migrants and low-income women. California could ease mask rules for fully vaccinated workers this week. California offers $100 million to rescue its struggling legal marijuana industry. Been vaccinated? California wants to give you a dream vacation. Van explosion in Montclair triggers FBI investigation. Personal watercraft explodes at boat launch, killing Moreno Valley man. California will fully reopen Tuesday. What will change as the pandemic fades? Flats fire engulfs 2 homes near Palm Desert as firefighters battle blaze amid heat wave. What could go wrong as California reopens? Variants, vaccine skepticism, inequities. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. French court orders IKEA to pay a $1.21 million fine after the world's biggest furniture retailer was found guilty of spying on some employees in France. Poland's ruling conservatives suffer defeat in local mayoral election. 1 child in Yemen dies every 5 minutes as half of medical facilities are out of service, Health Ministry. India backs free speech at G7, but calls it sedition at home. Woman dies after security guard pretending to be doctor performs surgery at Pakistan hospital. The imposter had previously conned several patients and also did home visits. The prosecutor of the International Criminal Court asked it on Monday for authorization to open a full investigation into drug war killings in the Philippines, saying crimes against humanity could have been committed. Security forces have killed at least 6,117 drug dealers in sting operations. Catholic order that staffed Kamloops, BC, Canada, residential school refuses to share records families seek. New Zealand apologizes for 1970s raids on Pacific people. Switzerland votes in a referendum on Sunday over whether to ban synthetic pesticides, including imported foodstuff produced using such pesticides. Supporters hope that a ban will also prompt similar prohibitions in other countries. Federal agents admit to falsely accusing Chinese professor of being a spy. New research finds 1M deaths in 2017 attributable to fossil fuel combustion. British MPs on Monday debated whether to implement 2 petitions that call for economic sanctions against Israel and for the UK government to recognize the state of Palestine. Condo developer plans to buy $1 billion worth of single-family houses in Canada for rentals. A Toronto condo developer is buying hundreds of detached houses in Ontario, with the plan of renting them and profiting on the housing crisis ripping across the country. Brazil said it would deploy a special security force to protect the Yanomami indigenous reservation, whose residents have clashed recently with illegal miners encroaching on native lands in the Amazon rainforest. European Parliament overwhelmingly backs ban on caged animal farming. The next headlines are from Forbes. AstraZeneca's COVID-19 antibody treatment failed to prevent symptoms in exposed individuals. Meet Emil Ricciuti, host of entertainment show Brunch with Emil launched during COVID-19 pandemic. Cult brand Daily Paper's new flagship brings unique Afrocentric promise to London. Manchin softens on Democrat-only infrastructure bill as bipartisan group falters. Ticket marketplace seat geek fanboys Bruce Springsteen while alienating its supply chain. What happens when ticket sellers remove their inventory in protest? Thomas Sowell, common for poor immigrants to make new country richer. Aussie billionaire James Packer's Crown Resorts gets $2.4 billion funding offer from Oaktree amid regulatory probe. Who pays for the convenience of credit cards? Instacart reveals new advertising initiative to support Black-owned brands. WWE Raw results, winners, news and notes after Eva Marie's debut. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Katherine Johnson's memoir charts her bold trajectory to NASA and beyond. Journal closure leads to dip in paper citations. A long-term perspective on immunity to COVID. A white-knuckle ride of open COVID drug discovery. The authorship rose that sour scientific collaborations. Tapping local knowledge to save a Papua New Guinea forest. Naturally enhanced neutralizing breadth against SARS-CoV-2 1 year after infection. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,711,869,023 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. New George Lopez comedy gets put pilot commitment from NBC. Lin-Manuel Miranda addresses lack of Afro-Latino representation in the Heights, we fell short. New book Blackface examines Hollywood's painful, enduring ties to racist performances. South by Southwest player witch hunt sells domestic rights to Momentum Pictures. Freestone Productions adds film trio ahead of Cannes market. Brad Pitt's Bullet Train and Jack Black and Ice Cube comedy Oh Hell No scheduled for 2022 by Sony. Minnesota lawmakers reach deal on $5 million film tax credit. Lil Baby Lil Durk collabs debuts on top of album chart, Olivia Rodrigo's single holds at number 1. Awards HQ June 14th, Netflix bloopers, Banff World Media Fest, TikTok Emmy plans, Ted Danson Tina Fey Summit. Assassin's Creed live-action Netflix series taps Die Hard's Jeb Stewart to write exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. A House panel will investigate Trump ear surveillance by the Department of Justice. The Girl Scouts have unsold cookies left 15 million boxes. Race, drugs and sentencing at the Supreme Court. The U.S. bans importing dogs from 113 countries after rise in false rabies records. Israel has become the first country to ban the sale of most fur clothing. An Illinois chemical plant explosion and fires prompt evacuations. The man accused of hitting a Muslim family with his car is facing terrorism charges. Investigators find remains of 17 victims under a suspected serial killer's house. Family of Alton Sterling has accepted $4.5 million for his killing by police. 2 Americans are standing trial in Japan over allegedly helping Carlos Ghosn escape. The following headlines are from The Week. Lin-Manuel Miranda says we fell short after, in the Heights colorism backlash. Reality winner, NSA contractor who leaked intelligence, released from prison. High temperatures give way to more power grid concerns in Texas. Biden snubs U.S. press during meeting with Turkish president. CNN anchor Christiana Amanpour announces she's been diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Chrissy Teigen apologizes for her horrible tweets, I was a troll. The Delta variant is producing different COVID-19 symptoms than usual, researchers say. SCOTUS deals a cutting blow to federal criminal justice reform. Stephen Breyer needs to retire, now. McConnell suggests a GOP-held Senate would block a Biden Supreme Court nominee, no matter the timing. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Lone Star State, out with democracy. 2021 Texas Leggy in review, red meat, broken promises, and more of the same old crap. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. UNESCO report summarizes 5-year global science policy trends. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers have found the perfect exoplanet to study another world's atmosphere. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, June 15th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Earth's lopsided core, strangeness in our planet's interior. All you need to know, June solstice 2021. The next news is from Politico. Boris Johnson announces 4-week delay to full exit from COVID lockdown. Novavax's coronavirus vaccine proves more than 90% effective. Study, Delta coronavirus variant twice as likely to cause hospitalization. George Floyd's murder transformed America. NATO leaders see rising threats from China, but not eye to eye with each other. Ukrainian tweet scrambles Biden's press conference. Republicans plot an infrastructure two-step, spend more, then kill Biden's agenda. Garland meets news executives over leak probe tactics. Green apologizes after Holocaust Museum visited house guards for censure fight. Decoding the NATO summit. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, Bilola family to reside in Perth, Victoria records 0 new COVID-19 cases. That's not a corporate fighter, that's a boxer, why Huni should fear Gulen. It is time for England to get tough with players. Victoria COVID Live updates, state records 0 local COVID cases as active infections drop. Last week he had COVID, now Jon Rahm is favorite for the US Open. You'd be mad to miss Belinda Giblin in this strangest of roles. Nuke CEO and CFO step down after disastrous IPO. Flood fears for Yallourn coal mine as thousands of Victorians remain without power. I was a troll, Chrissy Teigen apologizes for past horrible tweets. Crown receives revised Oaktree offer to buy out Packer. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Outside the box, this is where older Americans find the most happiness. The moneyest, I want to take a life insurance policy out on my husband. He says hell will freeze over before he's worth more dead than alive. Tax Watch, if you didn't file a tax return, this is a critical tool for getting your child tax credit cash. The Tell, Jamie Dimon says JP Morgan is sitting on about $500 billion in cash, waiting to invest in higher rates. IPO report, U.S. weekly IPO market braces for 15 deals, and home DNA test maker 23andMe shares to start trading. Market Extra, AMC shares surge over 15% on AMC Day as meme traders aim to push movie chain shares back above $60. Newswatch, AMC shares surge over 15% on AMC Day as meme traders aim to push movie chain shares back above $60. The Tell, do not read too much into this month's bond rally, it doesn't mean markets see inflation receding, says JP Morgan. Bond report, 2-year yield hits highest in a month, 10-year rises near 1.50% as market awaits Powell and Company. Keywords, Sue Zorman says Bitcoin is a place to put some money and just leave it. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Fed, Circuit UV Apple specialized camera claim patent ineligible, the National Law Review. Stephen M. Larson, MD, receives SNMMI 2021 Paul C. Abersold Award, URIC Alert. Invention Disclosure Form, Why Does It Matter, Smith Amundsen LLC, JD Supra. Draft Amendment to Examination Guidelines for Computer Software-Related Inventions, International Law Office. Canadian Solar, Hanwha named in U.S. trade case over patents, Bloomberg Law. Hewlett-Packard sued for patent infringement of cloud computing technologies, Law Street Media. We're winning the war on cancer, Big Think. The IP dangers in life sciences collaborations and how to avoid them, IAM. New patent license agreement revalues worth of the 2 birds in the bush, Air National Guard. Washington sees Iran's move in sending tankers to Syria a violation of its hegemony, expert, Tehran Times. The next headlines are from Quartz. Watch, how to get the most out of a hybrid work environment. The origins of COVID-19's racial disparities lie in America's prisons. How to think like a winner, at the Westminster Dog Show. South Africa's vaccine rollout has hit yet another roadblock. Biden at NATO, Netanyahu out, $17,000 lab coat. The U.S. East Coast is set to become a green energy job powerhouse. Remote working has helped India Incorporated improve its gender diversity quotient. Delhi families have lost their loved ones and their life savings to COVID-19. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Study shows Disney, Netflix continue to dominate traditional TV in customer satisfaction. High school responds to students' prank by asking local law enforcement to step in and investigate. Chinese government now using the national security law to censor art being displayed in Hong Kong. Hypocrisy. Rupert Murdoch has always hated antitrust, but now he wants it used against internet companies who out-innovated him. Daily Deal, the 2021 CompTIA Master Training Bundle. Barrett Apple privacy scandal undermines its attacks on right to repair legislation. 2 states pass laws limiting law enforcement access to private DNA services. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Savannah Guthrie. Urquhart. Chemtool fire. Joan Jett. Reality winner. Poland versus Slovakia. Chrissy Teigen. Donald Trump. Spain versus Sweden. Juneteenth. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. U.S. federal judge charges marshals amid row over refusal to reveal COVID-19 vaccination status. Did you miss any paychecks? Former Biden advisor roasted after saying Americans should have sacrificed more during pandemic. What a tribute. Messi mimics Maradona celebration after scoring sensational free kick to edge past Ronaldo in record books, video. FBI hypes QAnon threat again, says some conspiracy theorists likely to attack Democrats. McConnell promises to block Biden from filling Supreme Court vacancy if Republicans take control of Senate. We don't talk about COVID, we're all tired of this. Ronaldo dismisses coronavirus impact as teammate Cancelo forced out of camp. Canadian prosecutors charge suspect behind truck attack on Muslim family with terrorism. Ukraine gaining access to NATO's waiting room remains to be seen, says Biden, after Kiev Zelensky claimed it was confirmed. Musician Eric Clapton attacked for revealing his own COVID-19 vaccine side effects, concerns for kids. UK PM has led Parliament by briefing media COVID-19 updates before MPs, Common Speaker. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Biden admin pets cell phone back after gifting vaccine to 0.015% of Trinidad population. Petition demands resignation of New Jersey school board after holiday names replaced with generic day off. Busy start to hurricane season, NHC currently tracks 3 disturbances. Thomas Jefferson versus the Federal Reserve. Goldman Sachs latest Wall Street giant to move traders to Florida after NY tax hikes. Wisconsin student accused of arson in hoax hate crime. Zelensky claims NATO confirmed Ukraine will become full member. Stanford study, most mass shooters have undiagnosed psychiatric illnesses. Texas electricity prices explode with power grid on verge of another meltdown. Greenwald, the enduring false narrative about the Pulse massacre shows the power of media propaganda. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. U.S. House to vote to repeal Iraq war authorization. Maradona death probe, Argentina prosecutor questions star's nurse. Boeing resumes donations to Republicans who contested U.S. election. UN rights chief urges calm as Peru still waits for vote results. QAnon adherents may resort to violence under Biden, report. What's behind the G7's rival to China's Belt and Road Initiative? New Israeli government approves right-wing march through Jerusalem. Troubled J&J vaccine manufacturer emergent promises to fix plant. Turkey's Erdogan says held fruitful, sincere talks with Biden. Nearing 600,000 COVID deaths, U.S. continues vaccination push. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Biden's Native American Secretary Deb Haaland makes tribal justice a priority. Erdogan defends Russian missile buy at NATO meeting with Biden. Tokyo Olympics to athletes, don't use 150,000 free condoms. Indianapolis cop sues NFL for social media posts regarding Dresden Reed shooting. China, natural gas explosion kills at least 25, seriously wounds 37. Maine to start paying back to work bonus. Kamala Harris blames women's unemployment on lack of affordable childcare. Exclusive Rep. Lee Zeldin, Democrats run interference for Ilhan Omar's antisemitism, anti-Americanism because they are fearful of the squad. Bob Baffert sues NY horse racing ASOC for suspension, violation of due process. Democrat Dean Phillips backtracks condemning Ilhan Omar equating U.S., Israel to terrorists. The next headlines are from UPI News. Woman wins $866,890 after using same lottery numbers for years. Watch, Idaho man break Guinness record for behind-the-back disc catches. Look, lightning strikes car on Florida highway, leaves gouge in road. Watch, contractor finds 7 kittens, 9 cats inside wall of vacant home. Watch, lost classroom returned to New York man after 63 years. Watch, white snake on the loose in Manitoba neighborhood. Woman finds note with childhood phone number in thrift store nightstand. Watch, Indiana woman wake surfs for 8 hours to more than triple Guinness record. Watch, Chicago man jumps into Lake Michigan 365 days in a row. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Human births on Mars, new research indicates human sperm could last 200 years on red planet. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Scientists created a mint that whitens teeth, better than gels, and rebuilds tooth enamel at the same time. She spent her vacation picking up trash across the U.S., and strangers chipped in with help and gas. Ancient chicken laid an egg that lasted 1,000 years without being broken. Pet owners say taking care of their furry friend encourages taking better care of themselves. Ford's new affordable small hybrid truck, Maverick, gets 40 miles per gallon and starts at $19,995. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, June 15th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Numerous pelicans mutilated. I miss airline meals so much I make them at home. Thin Mint predicament, Girl Scout stuck with 15 million boxes of unsold cookies. Fast food staff arrested for not giving police free burgers. Man with 39 wives, head of world's largest family, dies in India. Smoke-free ad on bus sent subliminal message to quit school, complainant says. Bear attacks campers sleeping in their tent. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Is brain drift the key to machine consciousness? Artificial intelligence and the McData-fueled future of capitalism. Watch a 360-degree video of Mars captured by the Perseverance rover. New Amazon robots could enable safer exploitation of warehouse staff. EVs overtake diesels as most popular lease cars in the UK. Help spread music around the world, and we'll help you win a PS5, Xbox Series X and more amazing gaming gear. Google Workspace is now free for everyone, here's how to get it. Great news for the industry, big events get green light in the Netherlands. York is using real-time traffic models to manage roads and reduce pollution. How startups can lure developers away from the Apples and Googles of the world. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New survey method proves Rhode Island's rarest frog may not be so rare. Targeted drug found effective in thwarting pancreatic tumors. Scientists discover how oxygen loss saps a lithium-ion battery's voltage. Research reveals why people pick certain campsites. Introducing play to higher education reduces stress and forms deeper connection material. Lightning impacts edge of space in ways not previously observed. Switchable mirrors from liquid metal. New health benefits of red seaweeds unveiled. Microbes in ocean play important role in moderating Earth's temperature. As climates change, prepare for more mosquitoes in winter. The next headlines are from Information Week. How and why enterprises must tackle ethical AI. Checks and balances, 3 tips for securing SaaS apps. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, June 15th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utahns can weigh in on a new design for Utah's state flag. Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert a unanimous All-NBA defensive first-team selection. Latest from Mormon land. Oh say, what is truth? Lots of Latter-day Saints believe Trump's big lie. Interior Secretary urges Biden to enlarge Bears ears, grand staircase, report says. Transformational Partnership, LDS Church donating nearly $10 MTO help Black Americans. Division of Wildlife warns drought conditions may increase moose sightings. Man shot to death in Salt Lake City. As Utah's inland port inks more cargo deals, opponents plead for transparency. Mike Conley ruled out of Utah Jazz's Game 4 versus Clippers on Monday. Utah reports 169 new cases of COVID-19, and no more deaths. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Irish police to be given powers over passwords. Google will let enterprises store their Google Workspace encryption keys. Google's Airtable rival, Tables, graduates from beta. French companies admit problems at nuclear plant in China. Supreme Court revives LinkedIn bid to shield personal data. Wave of resignations predicted as pandemic lockdown ends. NSA leaker reality winner released early for good behavior. Amazon will open Luna Cloud Gaming to Prime members later this month. Glacier blood, watermelon snow, whatever it's called, snow shouldn't be so red. Google, Facebook, Amazon and others urge SEC to mandate regular climate reports. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Sponsor of new Missouri law voiding federal gun mandates ready for legal fight. St. Louis fire chief reminds residents fireworks still illegal in the city. St. Louis police identify people killed in collision at Gravois Road and I-55. Man wanders away from adult daycare center in University City. Garza talks of new normal at final pandemic task force briefing. 20-year-old missing in Crawford County, investigators looking for 2 persons of interests. List of Juneteenth events around St. Louis. No new COVID deaths reported in Missouri for 3rd straight day. Security guard assaulted at popular Lake of the Ozarks bar. Is America's best new Italian restaurant in St. Louis? These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Iowa father, son charged in U.S. Capitol riot, one of the first ones inside. Local businesses struggle to meet staffing needs. Colorado River at critical levels, water deliveries to Mexico in doubt. Photos, Mickelson at home and running out of time for U.S. Open title. Council unanimously approves Mayor Gloria's $4.6 billion budget proposal. Mira Costa College completes San Elijo campus administration building. Box truck blocks interstate traffic after overturning on I-805. Disneyland drops mask requirement for vaccinated guests. Porn producer gets 20 years for sex trafficking charges tied to San Diego website. North County man sentenced to jail for donation fraud scheme involving ex-Chabad rabbi. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Federal agents admit to falsely accusing Chinese professor of being a. Morrison raises the alarm about escalating cyber attacks. NGA seeks upgraded software to speed analysis. Rob Riggle says estranged wife used hidden camera to spy on him. Why employees need counter-espionage training. Hire a hacker how to hack an iPhone. The American Reporter. Rob Riggle claims estranged wife planted hidden camera and took $28,000. 10 most violent James Bond movies, ranked by number of on-screen deaths. Rob Riggle accuses estranged wife of planting hidden camera in his home and stealing money, report. Rob Riggle accuses estranged wife of spying on him with hidden camera. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army announces new era for cybersecurity software. U.S. Army plans to replicate long distances, remote teamwork during Project Convergence 21. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. China accuses G7 of slander and Cold War thinking as Biden emphasizes values. Hong Kong singer Karen Mok is sorry about donning racist D&G, which she says was an oversight on her part. China out, demonstrations at Chinese consulate on Philippines Independence Day. Jeremy Lin announces return to CBA's Beijing Ducks. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, June 15, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Here's where masks will be required after June 15. Robert Redford Horse Whisper Ranch hits the market for $4.90 m. Do plexiglass COVID barriers really work, and what will become of them? Cashier shot and killed in supermarket over store's mask policy, sheriff. 19-year-old shot during botched home invasion robbery in Antioch. Classroom mask mandate up in the air for San Francisco schools. Teachers report spring school reopenings were exhausting, unproductive. It's official, Ben Affleck, J.Lo confirm rekindled romance in PDA-filled pics. San Pablo police K9 tracks down suspect who fled arrest on foot. Inside California politics, San Jose mayor discusses gun violence prevention plan. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. NY Holocaust survivor celebrated at concert after isolation. How many bears will skip mandatory minicamp and why? Mexican band Los Buques to reunite for first tour in 25 years. Sheriff, cashier fatally shot after argument over face masks. The latest, Georgia cashier killed in spat over virus masks. Kearney police break up big fight at Great America. The flag has super special meaning to me. As deadline approaches, racing in Bears Stadium remain possible for Arlington Park site. If you want to avoid the IQ, get a COVID-19 shot, doctors say. Lifeguard shortage puts damper on summer swim season for some suburbs. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington wildlife officials confirm presence of deadly virus in deer in the San Juan Islands. All King County Library locations set to reopen for in-person services in July. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Carlos 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 221. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Orange earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 10 km, in Philippines June 14, 2021, 14:38 UTC, 8,310,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Yemen June 14, 2021, 2:44 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, June 15th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Novavax says COVID-19 vaccine shows 90.4% overall efficacy in U.S. Phase 3 trial. ERCOT issues power conservation alert amid near-record high temperatures in Texas. Houston police warn of auto thefts at IN, but say initiatives to decrease it are working. 2 men charged after 20-year-old was fatally shot during car sale in Northeast Harris Company, sheriff says. Eye on the Gulf, high chance tropical low in Gulf develops, impacts to Houston still uncertain. Vaccinated visitors soon can take off masks at Walt Disney World. Thinner mints, Girl Scouts have millions of unsold cookies. 60-year-old died after being dragged behind truck in Liberty County. Emergency road work to cause West Loop delays. Almost 90% of Houston businesses want employees vaccinated, survey says. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. New star, Husk claims spot on Olympic swim team in 100 fly. Trainer Bob Bavert sues to get New York's pension lifted. Florida gets another legal challenge to new elections rules. NY Holocaust survivor celebrated at concert after isolation. The latest, Georgia cashier killed in spat over virus masks. Mississippi, ex-lawmaker killed near home of slain relative. Mexican band Los Buques to reunite for first tour in 25 years. Sherpa Guide uses savings to help colleagues during pandemic. Leading off, Bieber ailing, Braves rookie Davidson excels. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, it's the anniversary of Seinfeld's Magic Logie incident. Homeless hotel residents decry planned return to shelters. The candidate Haley Farhadi and Weinstein dumps $8.2 million of her own money into campaign. Why did the ducks cross the road to get to the bagel store? NY lifting most COVID restrictions now that 70% of adults are partially vaccinated. Here's what early voters told us at the polls this weekend. Photos, Smorgasburg finally returns to Prospect Park. Photos, Wasabi the Pekingese wins Westminster Dog Show 2021. Early edition, new science indicates coffee is magic elixir with tons of health benefits. Cities have priced Metro card program may not have enough funds to meet demand. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Britain must fix its anti-Muslim sentiment problem. Charcoal production risks future of Zimbabwe's native forests. Letter from Rome, Italy at the crossroads. Critical juncture for Mali, warns UN mission chief, with democratic future at risk. Restoring nature, the test of our generation, UN General Assembly President. More than 1 million Lebanese in need, top UN humanitarian official there warns. COVID-19 cases drop for 7th week, but deaths fall less slowly, WHO. UN strongly condemns appalling attack on Syrian hospital. Violence against elderly has risen during COVID, UN expert warns. The real price of marriage in South Sudan. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Bombs in paradise, how Hawaii is fast becoming the most militarized place on earth. UK already planning to extend lockdown before first extension even announced. The Wizard of Oz, the dark reality that the deep state hides from the world. Empire of Clowns vs. Yellow Peril. Judge suspends Biden administration's non-white farmer debt relief program. Merkel on convergence, transhumanism and the Great Reset. Fake news claims Donald Trump plotted on January 6 with Alex Jones to cause U.S. Capitol insurrection. Pakistan shuts off phone service to non-vaccinated citizens. DNA wars, privacy being destroyed at the cellular level. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Fashion for pointy shoes unleashed a wave of bunions in medieval England. No, Urquhart didn't give Texans the option of AC or AOC. U.S. Intel report warns of more violence by QAnon followers. Videos show debut of Raising Cane's chicken with 150 cars in drive-through line. Is Joe Rogan 5'3" as written in LA skies? Did NBC's ultimate slip and slide delay shooting due to explosive diarrhea outbreak? Panic attacks highlight stress at shelters for migrant kids. Does Uranus smell like farts? What are the security risks associated with face-altering app Voil AI artist? Do the Girl Scouts have millions of unsold cookies? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Post falsely tie evangelical leader to cannabis product. Factcheck.org wins 3rd Sigma Delta Chi Award. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Democrats are F-worded and so is democracy if Mitch McConnell makes good on Supreme Court threat. Is a deadly surge of the Delta variant headed for the U.S.? Gohmert swears $5,500 donation to Holocaust denier was a mistake. Anti-vax Capitol rioter pleads guilty with husband, and defends her online rants. GOP reps Louis Gohmert and Andrew Clyde sue over fines for skirting Capitol metal detectors. ASAP Rocky feared Trump could FK up his release from prison, he made it a little worse. Capitol rioter who raided Pelosi's office makes Kremlin TV debut ahead of Putin summit. The Brooklyn Liberation March showed why the GOP's anti-trans crusade will backfire. Black teens taste, need by cops for boardwalk vaping, glad we made it out alive. Leon Black Alley joined MoMA and Apollo boards just before he stepped aside over Epstein scandal. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Yankees' horrible base running symbolizes team's struggles. Nebraska man accused of grisly Tinder murder sentenced to death. Adams, Garcia in debt heap as mayoral race reshuffles in closing days. WNBA stars go to battle over highlight, girl shut TF up. Heather Thompson's race baiter comment revives tension with Ebony K. Williams. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Astronomers score a triple-double. Discovery of 535 new fast radio bursts helps shed light on their mysterious origins. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Federal judge dismisses lawsuit over Houston hospital's vaccine requirement. Dangerous heat wave scorches western states. Gottlieb says Delta variant likely to become dominant U.S. strain. Africa facing COVID-19 vaccine shortage as cases rise. Gottlieb says coronavirus Delta variant likely to become dominant U.S. strain. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Yang wins NYC mayoral endorsement from police union that reps Adams. Chicago bus driver celebrates his 365th straight day of jumping into Lake Michigan. Elon Musk relists last remaining mansion at astronomical price of $37.5 million. It's a special place. Philips cites health risks in recall of ventilators and sleep apnea machines. Chobani to roll out zero sugar yogurt that's 60 calories and made with natural ingredients. Latest poll numbers show Eric Adams leading in NYC mayoral race, with Catherine Garcia not far behind. Florida town mistakenly sells water tower. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson extends country's COVID-19 lockdown due to Delta variant. De Blasio, NYC to hold parade for heroes of COVID pandemic on July 7. Second suspect arrested in Austin shooting that killed a 25-year-old tourist originally from Rockland County. The following headlines are from military.com. Turkey seeks U.S. support to maintain troops in Afghanistan. VA adds staff, boosts funding to tackle claims backlog that nearly tripled during pandemic. CENTCOM chief says U.S. won't use airstrikes to support Afghan forces after withdrawal, report. Investigators suspect drug use after 282nd Airborne paratroopers found dead. Air Force Fit Reality winner freed from prison after 4 years, attorney says. Some U.S. allies near Russia are wary of Biden-Putin summit. Army considers increasing public affairs staff, training in aftermath of Kian case. Biden at NATO, ready to talk China, Russia and South allies. Documents reveal new details about Sinai Peninsula crash that killed 5 soldiers. Combat controller who earned Air Force Cross in Afghanistan awarded Airman's Medal for heroism back home. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Catastrophic day, massive chemical fire decimates Rockton plant. Residents advised to take caution with debris and wear masks outside. Chicago Police Sergeant alleges commander sent officers to the block his home sits on during last year's unrest. Van stolen in May located, as police chase leads to arrest in Westmont. Who is Yoas Torres, the new interim CEO of Chicago Public Schools? Dovetail Project celebrates 21st graduating class of young Black and Latino fathers. Dog dies at Chicago kennel after being left in van on hot day. Aurora Police Chief Kristen Ziman announces retirement from department she has been with since 1991, was finalist for top cop jobs in Chicago, Nashville. Toxic waste left behind by coal-fired power plants could endanger drinking water for years to come. Serial stowaway with history of attempting to sneak onto flights could wind up in mental health court. Mayor Lori Lightfoot says email ripping aid over lack of office time that drew comparisons to a scene in The Shining was born out of frustration. The following headlines are from FIS.org. As climate change, prepare for more mosquitoes in winter, new study shows. Eco-friendly technology to produce energy from textile waste. Experiments simulate possible impact of climate change on crabs. Researchers create switchable mirrors from liquid metal. First of its kind study finds lightning impacts edge of space in ways not previously observed. New research finds 1M deaths in 2017 attributable to fossil fuel combustion. Does zinc inhibit or promote growth of kidney stones? Well, both. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, June 15th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Arizona audit of 2020 election hits hand count milestone. Maradona gets a tribute at Argentina's Copa America match. Kyrie Irving, James Harden injuries represent a playoff opportunity for former Sonic Kevin Durant. Colombia names new ambassador to U.S. amid rights concerns. Emotions stir Michael Phelps in his return to U.S. trials. U.S. father-son duo charged with helping gun flee Japan plead guilty. Lawyer for school gunman suggests shooting was accident. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Cashier shot, killed in dispute over face mask. Photos, Legoland Discovery Center celebrates grand opening in Milpitas. Rep Green apologizes for comparing face masks, Holocaust. Warriors Draymond Green makes all-defensive team. Lithuania marks 80th anniversary of Soviet deportations. An Oakland WNBA team, it's in one group's plans for the Coliseum site. Critter Corner, how to readjust your dog to pre-pandemic routine. Oakland, man charged with murder in April 18 shooting. Letters, rain and fireworks gun control fix Congress on serious criticism maternal deaths. A's player snubbed in early All-Star fan vote despite top performances. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Rep. Lauren Boebert January 6 complaint dropped by House Ethics Committee. Marjorie Taylor Greene sorry for comparing mask mandates, Holocaust after museum visit. Mike Lindell, MyPillow CEO, 6 months from now, Trump will be our real president. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson confirmed to D.C. Circuit Court, succeeds Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland to strengthen rules for seizing lawmakers' records. Attica Scott, Kentucky Democrat arrested on felony riot charges during protest, sues police. Biden recommits to NATO as summit brands Russia a threat, addresses China challenges. Pipeline protesters lose key battle as Minnesota court sides with Enbridge Line 3. Mike Pompeo has high confidence Wuhan lab is linked to China's military. Joe Biden protected by news media, voters say. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Reality winner, whistleblower on Russian hacking, is released from prison. Pentagon audit found connection between Madasira Defense Department and Amazon-linked British consultant. Tools for repression in Myanmar expose a gap between EU tech investment and regulation. European soccer stars refuse to yield to racist fans who jeer them for taking a knee. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Gaps to fill, income, education may impact inequalities in seeking dental care. Histopathology-driven artificial intelligence predicts TMBH colorectal cancer. Aquaponics treatment system inspired by sewage plants grows tastier crops and keeps fish healthy. Model suggests surgery should precede chemotherapy for select patients with ovarian cancer. How do social media influence ethnic polarization? Touchless technology could enable early detection and treatment of eye diseases that cause blindness. Association between childhood consumption of ultra-processed food, weight and early adulthood. Understanding the impact of patient empowerment and remote management in rheumatoid arthritis. Fitbit user data shows slight increase in sleep duration in U.S. during COVID-19 pandemic. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. New State Lake CTA station would be a boon to downtown and the city. Northwest Side pastor reinstated following sexual abuse investigation by Archdiocese of Chicago. Massive fire at Illinois chemical plant is expected to burn for several days. Billions in black market weed still selling in Illinois 18 months after marijuana legalized. There's still time to fix a badly flawed bill for an elected Chicago school board. West Side business under scrutiny after dog dies in their care. Illinois clean energy bill is down to the wire. Get it across finish line. Javi Baez, not in the starting lineup against the Mets. Bears take a look at Brandon Marshall, the LB, not the WR. 3 shot in East Garfield Park. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, June 15, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. ERCOT warns power outages possible this week if folks don't conserve energy pronto. As Texas tax deadline looms, many folks who filed early are still waiting on refund checks. Astros reach softer stretch of the schedule in decent shape. Now stream this, new and returning shows you want to give a try. 4 thoughts on the retirement of Texans legend Jonathan Joseph. This week in Houston food events, Juneteenth dinner and an oyster shucking throwdown. Origin of species, hence Sama beast becomes Astro-in. The next headlines are about world records making news. The week that was, Kaylee McKeon breaks world record in 100 ag, Swimming World magazine. 73-year-old Jean Dykes runs an age group world record in the 50K, Yahoo Lifestyle. Titmus misses 200 free world record as McKeon flies, Gulf Times. NKU alum breaks world record by helping reduce waste, NKU the Northerner online. City boy climbs 50 steps while hula hooping, sets Guinness World Record, DT next. Tonight I'm breaking a Guinness World Record, happy 65th birthday to me, Barstool Sports. Aspiring VA charter captain catches potential world record red drum, Chesapeake Bay magazine. Lionel Messi loves Pedri, who helped him create world record, and the Barcelona starlet compared with, Talksport.com. Cardiff swim coach completes 24-hour world record swim 220 triathlon. 2 breathtaking anamorphic paintings break records in China, Guinness World Records. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Big Mouth spin-off Human Resources reveals its monstrous voice cast. Google Hangouts is now Google Chat, and good luck figuring out why. Razer claims the Blade 14 is the most powerful 14-inch gaming laptop yet. Disney's U.S. parks abandon mask mandates for the pinky swear system. Extreme heat could knock out Texas grid. QAnon is, somehow, about to get worse, FBI warns. Supreme Court puts new hacking precedent to the test in old LinkedIn case. Video shows wooden satellite prototype in the stratosphere. YouTube bans political ads from its top ad spot. E3 2021's most nerdtastic video game announcements, so far. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ivory in Oman at 120.38 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.1 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Todd Howard is finally ready to share some Starfield details. Google's unified Gmail interface, and Google Chat, launches for everyone. Halo Infinite multiplayer news, bots, split screen, free-to-play clarified. The Apple Watch Series 7 will have a new design, report says. Pi's legacy lives on for now as Biden fails to nominate Democrat to FCC. Judge slams hospital staff for comparing COVID vaccine mandate to Nazi crimes. Chip shortages lead to more counterfeit chips and devices. We have another highly effective COVID vaccine, based on different tech. 5 new bills aim to break up big tech platforms, force them to play nice. Beats Studio Buds review, Apple earbuds that don't leave Android in the dark. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Racist and QAnon Trump fans rally in Montana with Trump won message. Louis Gohmert gave $5,500 to Holocaust-denying preacher, then claimed it was an accident. Boeing blasted for stupid and short-sighted funding of Republicans opposed to free and fair elections. Senate Republicans are setting a trap to kill Biden's agenda, report. Pro-Trump activist attacks GOP governor for unconstitutional vaccine mandate at state university. Republican gives clinic on political posturing while defending controversial Arizona audit, report. Cashier murdered after mask policy shooting at supermarket. GOP candidate throws fit over not getting Trump's endorsement for Senate, calls it orchestrated plot. QAnon Congresswoman holds press conference to apologize for likening coronavirus rules to Holocaust. Israeli nationalists to march in East Jerusalem, Palestinians plan day of rage. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Cops tased and tackled black teenagers just because they were holding vapes. Why is Joe Biden keeping Trump's nuclear expansion plans in place? What the heck is CSNOT, anyway? Twitter philanthropists bail out a lucky few, and leave millions more behind. Inside the anti-GMO movement's obsession with virology research and lab leaks. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The UFO report won't change minds, but maybe it should. Daily Union. Science and pop culture look to the skies to answer the ultimate question, are we alone? CNN. Phi Slama Pajama, 5th Annual Science Slam becomes virtual PJ Party, Nebraska Today. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. New glial cells discovered in the brain, implications for brain repair, Science Daily. Best of last week, 99-million-year-old snail, 4D-seat drone bus, laughing gas for depression, Science X. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, June 15, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Skeptic Mick West poo-poos recent UFO UAP revelations. The Sonora UFO X-Files. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, June 15, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.